Hey guys, what's up? So on this last video, it was definitely sad, but also exciting morning at the same time.
Sad to have it be the close of us not doing anything.
Yeah.
But exciting to open up a new chapter in the vacation of doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
We woke up early. We woke up at 6 o'clock.
Oof, it was early.
And went to the Windjammer, got our breakfast.
For the last time.
Got our breakfast. And we disembarked on the ship, which is always so sad. And I think we were expecting it to not be so sad because we had more to do in Disney that day. But it still sucks to get off a ship when everything is like ready for you and done for you and paid for. And you don't have to worry about anything. You can just sit around and do nothing if that's what you want to do, which is what we did. It was still very sad to leave that environment.
Yeah, because then once we got to Disney, we had to pay for everything.
Chaos, and our feet hurt.
So we ended up contacting the Uber driver the day before.
Privately, outside of Uber.
Yeah.
Which probably is not recommended.
And it worked out, but we did this because we got to the port next morning. We were able to, since we were taking our luggage off with us instead of leaving it outside our door the night before, we were able just to walk off with our bags, and
which again so easy.
And we literally disembarked the ship
within 30 minutes, less than 30
probably
minutes.
A little much less than that.
Probably less than 20 minutes. Again, just more walking than anything else.
It was crazy.
But you would have to do the same amount of walking, even if you had your luggage.
Yeah. So from our room on the 8th deck to the spot where we met the driver, it took 15, 20 minutes. Because we told him to meet us at 8:30. We got to the spot where he was supposed to pick us up at
8:15 or something.
Something early. And so luckily he was already there.
Yeah.
So again, we set up this ride. That way we didn't have to worry about it in the morning. And luckily he showed up early. So we were able to get a ride over to Pop Century from Port Canaveral. That was about an hour.
Yeah, that was just over an hour. So that was a long trip.
Yeah, that was an expensive ride, $150 or something like that.
We checked in. Our room was not ready, but they had a luggage service.
Yep.
So we dropped all of our luggage off at the luggage service.
This was 9:30.
Yes.
About 9:30 now.
I think we got a notification maybe around 2 o'clock that our rooms are ready.
Yeah.
And we were told that the luggage service would bring our luggage to the room.
Yeah.
Which didn't really make sense at the time, but Disney Magic, man, all of our luggage was
It magically appeared in our room.
It's like...
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because they didn't write a room number on our tags or anything. They just... Disney Magic, man. That's what it's all about. So we dropped the luggage off, which was a very easy process. I mean...
that was easy.
Freaking Disney makes everything so easy. That's why you spend all your money. We got on the Skyliner. Had a really fun trip on the Skyliner. Much more fun than I think either of us really expected. Came into Epcot at 10 o'clock.
About, yeah.
Maybe just after 10 o'clock. Went straight for Remy's. And waited in line for about 45 minutes.
So the nice thing about that is coming off the Skyliner, we were right there
in France.
At France, where Remy's Ratatouille is located.
Did not realize it at the time because the app was not working to its fullest potential at that moment. So we didn't really know where in the heck we were.
We were like clueless when we finally got through the gate.
Walking around in circles.
Which way do you go?
Can't somebody help us?
and so the thing is, like, and it kind of sucked because I wanted to be able to, and I knew it too, but I wanted to come in from the main entrance. So right there where Spaceship Earth is, the iconic entrance of Epcot. But taking the Skyliner, I knew we weren't going to be able to do that. So we came in from the back of the park.
We were about as far away from that point as we possibly
were the furthest, probably the furthest point.
But thankfully, again, since Michael really wanted to ride Remy's Ratatouille adventure, we were in France. We were able to get online. It was, I think, a posted 70-minute wait. We waited for 40, or maybe the entire experience was done in about 45 minutes. A ton of fun on the ride, but to wait maybe 40 minutes and have like a 3-minute ride.
It was a short ride.
It was short. It was shorter than what I was anticipating.
But it was good. It was well done.
It was a lot of fun.
Again, that was the one ride I didn't want to leave Epcot.
And we did it.
So we did it first. So that was good. And then
I realized we never got macarons.
We didn't.
Dang it. We were even talking about that when we got off of Remy's, that we need to find macarons.
Oh, yeah.
But we went to a booth instead.
Carrie reminded us to do that.
Well, now I'm kind of upset about that, but we can move on.
But, and that's just right out of the gate. That's mostly what our experience was at Epcot. Ride, food,
ride,
drink,
food,
ride, food,
food, drink, ride.
And then that's
lines.
That's pretty much all it is at Epcot. But it's a park for adults.
Yeah, we had a ton of fun.
It was warm during the day. There was tons of people.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention
cheerleading.
There was a cheerleading competition going on, and so there was tons of people.
Yeah.
It was really crowded.
But after we rode Remy's, we went to our first Festival of the Arts booth in France, and Michael got a croissant, and then we shared a French frozen martini, which was dangerously delicious, and a nice size proportion as well.
That was the biggest drink.
Yeah, I think so. And then we started walking towards Italy. And there's countries, or I guess our first real stop past that was Morocco, because unfortunately France did not have any gluten-free offerings, so I was going to get a little cranky pretty soon. And we went to Morocco and shared the chicken and lamb kebabs, which were delicious.
Yeah, those were really good. That was probably my favorite.
I guess I'm thinking that it came with like that chickpea salad that was so delicious.
I think it came with it.
But I guess we didn't get another food item from there.
We got a drink.
I got a chai tea
something
for fresher or something that was good. And then I think our next item was from Italy.
We got the limoncello.
It's all kind of a blur. We did so much.
Did we do a test track after that?
We did.
We worked our way towards test track.
Because I was watching the wait times, and it was getting close to a traditional eating hour. And the wait times were going down. So we went to test track. It was, I believe, a posted 40, which is pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't bad at all for test track. And thankfully, we were able to start our wait inside. Now, I was watching Kyle Paolo, I think it was yesterday. He went on test track when it was a posted 40, and the line was like in the stanchions outside, like curving in the stanchions. So it's interesting that between the two, they were very different start points.
Wow.
But had a good time on test track. That was one of my first real, I'll say, intense rides.
And it's surprisingly pretty fast.
Yeah, I think we went like 70 miles an hour.
For what it is. So
you like definitely feel the force of how fast you're going.
I guess before test track though, I thought if I remember, I think we went to Mexico.
Did we stop in Mexico
for the first time?
Oh, yes, I made you stop because we were on our way to test track, and then the Mexico booth was not a long line at all.
Yeah.
And I could have all 3 of the food offerings, which was very exciting.
Yeah.
Carne asada, some green something, verde something, and then the delicious chocolate taco.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the lily drink, which was good.
That was kind of weird, though. I didn't expect that lily, whatever it was, to be paired up in Mexico.
Yeah, I agree. I would expect it to be, I don't know, maybe even in France.
Yeah, that was, but it was overall was good. We tried to stop at the margarita booth or whatever it was called.
Very long line.
It was extremely long.
So we went to Test Track because we wanted to get that. Test Track, Soarin', and Living with the Land all had decent wait times.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get those checked off and see, like Michael said, we wanted to have that Spaceship Earth experience.
Yeah. So after Test Track is when we went to the front, finally made it to the front.
Yeah.
Or the main entrance of the park.
Got pictures.
Got some pictures in front of Spaceship Earth and decided to ride Spaceship Earth.
To my surprise. A 10-minute wait. It was basically a walk-on. 10-minute wait.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know. It's an iconic ride.
It's pretty boring.
It's bad. In my opinion. It's such a cool building, though. Mm-hmm. Or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. It's just unfortunate the ride is beyond its time now.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to go away, though.
I don't know. I don't want it to go away. They just need to update it some.
I wish it was like 1 mile per hour faster because it was a little stuffy in there and I needed a bit of a breeze.
Yeah. At this point, this is midday.
Yeah.
It was pretty warm.
Yeah. So after that, I believe is when we did Soarin'. Which again, watching Sao Paulo, I knew that Soarin' like lifts you up. Mm-hmm. So you sit down and it's really well done, actually, making it seem like you're boarding a plane. It's really well done. So you sit down and you get buckled up and you're lifted up. And so I was like, okay, like my feet are tingling, woohoo. And then you're thrusted forward. And I was like, holy crap, what did I get myself into? And I mean, I was starting to clam up like, oh my gosh, this is not what I was expecting. This is not what I was expecting. And then the different sceneries were coming through. And I was like, okay, Claire, you just have to relax, enjoy it. And once I did relax, I did enjoy it. And I would do it again. But that was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, just wait till you ride
Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage.
Which that one has scared me because you could tell that you were like suspended over something. But yeah, Soarin', that was a really cool experience.
It's a cool ride.
The way that they do that was very well done. And then we did Living with the Land.
Yep.
Learn about greenhouse.
Well, in the beginning of Living with Land, you learn about the different ecosystems, and then you get into the greenhouse.
Yeah.
So, which is my favorite part, because to see all the different plants and see all the different ways that they grow plants.
Well, and it's also cool to see what the different plants look like. Like they had pineapple.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is not what I was really expecting to see.
And they have a bunch of hidden Mickeys in the greenhouse. So.
And the biggest fish I've ever seen.
What kind of fish was it again?
There was catfish. There was shrimp. I mean, the shrimp were bigger than my head.
Yeah, they were enormous. I don't know what they are.
I mean, they were farm raised.
But it definitely is an extremely educational ride.
Well, and it's interesting to learn about sustainable methods of farming.
I enjoy that ride. It's I don't know, it's just a little boat ride, but I really like looking at the plants.
Like he kept complaining about Spaceship 2020, Spaceship Earth, and I was like, this is not that much different. It's just light outside.
Jeez.
Because I mean, Spaceship's Earth defense, I give it more credit than Michael does. The only cheesy part is like at the end, it asks you to like select your perfect world, and then it like send you to your perfect world, which looks like the Jetsons from, I don't know, is it Jetsons from the 80s?
Gosh,
I mean, it's basically the same technology.
Yeah, it's old. It's one of the old rides.
Yeah, we got all of the rides in that Michael wanted to. We kept checking in on Frozen, and we just weren't willing to wait for a boat ride.
75 minutes throughout all day, really.
And we kept checking in on Remy's to see if it was going to go down and wait time to ride it again. But it went down, I believe, a couple times that day, so that affects the wait time. But overall, I mean, after we rode all the rides, we went back to, we actually got the deconstructed dishes, which were the oddest of them all.
I don't remember where that was.
We went back to Mexico, and we did the margaritas, and we waited 30 minutes for margaritas and spent a lot of money on margaritas because we waited 30 minutes for them.
I don't know why, but we did.
I don't either.
Everybody else was doing it too.
Yeah.
It was packed the first time we went through there. It was packed the second time we went through there. It just seemed
it was just like, at first it was like, well, it's just margaritas. So it's kind of like, going to Chick-fil-A. It's just chicken, right? Yeah. But it was not just margaritas. They also had food, and the employees there just did not seem to be loving their life. So that didn't help.
Those were the most unhappy cast members I've come across.
And we got guacamole, which was good.
Yeah,
we got
good.
The tacos, which were good.
Yeah.
So that was a good pit stop to kind of get refreshed.
It was. Overall, I don't know if it was worth 30 minutes, but
it wasn't. But I think we would do it again.
Yeah,
because that's the kind of food that we enjoy.
Yeah, so we eat a lot of the times, anyways.
And then after that, we started going back to the booths. Or I guess at that point we had the impasse if we wanted to go back to the booths that we had missed, or if we wanted to go and visit Canada and United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Which we decided to not visit Canada and United Kingdom, which looking back on it, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't at least see Canada, because we do enjoy Canada and they have that cool Niagara Falls, like, look-alike area. So we probably would have been good but we were so tired at that point. We were pretty cranky.
Yeah, this was, I don't remember what time.
It was like 5 o'clock, I think.
So, we spent, I don't know, we were there 8 hours probably at this point.
And there was food in Japan. I wanted to get, I think there was another booth we wanted to stop at.
So before we stopped at Japan, we went to China. No, okay, so Japan was at the end of the night.
China.
Yeah, so we went to China because I got that little puff.
Oh, the pork bun.
Yes.
Yes.
So we got that there, and then it was like, this was about 6:45 at this point or something like that, and it was like 5 minutes. Yes. We were walking right by the U.S.
Yes.
And it was 5 minutes before the Broadway. Yeah, the Disney on Broadway started.
Yeah, so we
stopped because we were tired at that point. Good thing we stopped, because we ended up watching that production. Who were the individual again? Michael James Scott.
Yeah, and Kiki.
No. Oh my goodness, I don't remember the lady's name. But she was Nala in Broadway.
Yes. I mean, both
for
were
like 9 years straight.
Both were so incredible.
Yeah, powerful singers.
Yeah.
So that was definitely worth stopping at.
So we did that, and then went to Japan and got the amazing sushi donut that I want to make again, because it was so good. And that was probably one of the most healthy food portions we got. I mean, that was a very dense donut. I mean, it was just the rice with the different fish draped over it.
Was cool.
It was so good.
That was definitely a cool looking dish. Literally was sushi made into a donut, and I only got a bite.
I think you got 2.
Maybe 1.5.
Jeez.
I didn't want to share.
We should have gotten 2. Well, at that point,
Probably should have.
We were really tired, decided to head back to the hotel, and we walk up to the Skyliner, and they tell us that it's out of operation. It's not working, which is very disappointing because we were just talking about how much Michael hates the bus system, and they said, "Don't fear, we have buses set up for you." Well, we walk over to where the buses were, and it was just mass chaos because there really wasn't. I mean, there was order and there was a goal, but unfortunately, the bus that we got on probably wasn't the right bus to be on.
First of all, so we were waiting. There's tons of people doing the same thing.
Yes, tons.
So we probably got on the 3rd or 4th bus.
And there's 4 or 5 resorts that they're stopping at.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and one of the resorts had like
30 stops. I mean, it was the Caribbean Beach Club. And because it was Jamaica, it was Aruba, it was, I don't know.
It was frustrating.
Yes, it was frustrating.
I'm pretty sure I saw Jamaica and Aruba like 3 times.
And nobody was getting off. And so there was no organization to where people needed to go. And the people left on the bus needed to go to Pop Century and Art of Animation. And we were driving around the beach club.
Over and over again. So this was, I'm sure it wasn't an hour-long experience once we got on the bus.
It seemed forever, though. And with all the kids were asleep, like falling asleep, sitting up, or like standing up against their parents. They were falling asleep.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was a very frustrating experience. But we did get off at Pop Century.
Mm-hmm.
And
crashed.
Yeah.
And so, mind you, this was the first time we saw a room.
Yeah, we were exhausted.
So luckily our bags were there in the room.
I was so worried they weren't going to be. But like I said, Disney magic. The rooms were nice. They were clean. They were freshly renovated. At some point renovated. Mm-hmm. Well maintained. Very comfortable. No complaints about that at all. I would be happy to stay there again.
Yeah, and we were talking about this while we were there. It's a perfect resort if you're going to hit the parks all day long, every day, and come back to a comfortable place. Now, it's not one place I would lounge around at because there's not too much there. There's a pool and all, but it's okay. And I guess the best part of it is that it is on the Skyliner,
mm-hmm.
and when the Skyliner's working, that thing is amazing.
I was so bitter because when we got back to the hotel,
I was pissed.
No, when we got back to the resort, that Skyliner was moving. I was so mad.
It's like, this is the big reason why I decided to stay here instead of another one, which I think was on the Skyliner as well. But either way, so we would have had the same issue.
We made it through the night.
Well, after that frustrating transition of the Skyliner, or not utilizing the Skyliner.
That was a bummer.
It was. Hopefully it doesn't happen to anybody else. But, it's just, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give Disney credit for the Skyliner because that has to be one of the most efficient methods of transportation.
Other than the monorail. Monorail's pretty efficient.
That's fair. And I guess it's a similar concept. It's just that the Skyliner is what is it? Like the gondola style? Not gondola, that's a boat.
I think it is still called a gondola.
Okay, like for the ski resorts.
Yeah. Ski lift.
Because it's constantly running and it's pretty consistent on timing. So it's a very interesting concept.
It is, and it was nice when we used it once.
Yes, it was fun. It was a fun experience.
But hopefully, get to use it again in the future.
Full of surprises over here.
So with that, catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.
See ya.